So let's talk about natural bodybuilding worldwide for a second. Why don't you speak to that? What's the goal of that? Because I just came across it, I think when you first launched it, to be fair.
Sure.
But yeah, why don't you talk about that for the listeners who may not know?
Yeah. So this actually ties in back to my relationship with Jordan, what he built. So obviously with him building trainedbyjp.com, which was like the first bodybuilding membership platform really that was ever there. And like there's obviously things popping up left, right, and center of these platforms now, and they are all essentially formed upon the idea that Jordan kind of created. So I have to give incredible, respect to Jordan that he was basically the creator of these kind of platforms. So yeah, I was a member of that literally like from pretty much like day one of the platform being launched. And I found it an incredible place for information, for being able to follow people's journeys a little bit more closely in the forum section kind of thing, like the old school forums. There used to be a forum called naturalmuscle as well.com, which was a free forum where people would log their progress. It's where Ben Howard started logging some of his first ever preps. And these platforms, like a lot of people think that forums are dead because of social media and stuff like that. The reality is social media is a highlight. Social media, you only kind of post your best stuff. Maybe some people share a little bit more than that, but most people post their best stuff. Whereas forums, you kind of tell it how it is because you want to kind of update your log every single day and tell people how you're feeling. If you're sick, you're probably going to say that you're sick. If you had a bad session, you'll probably say you had a bad session. It's a real interpretation of a journey. So I really like that. Then obviously I got the opportunity to be an athlete, and that was something I wanted for a long, long time. And I'd kind of already at the time started a small membership kind of platform on my coaching website called Made by Morris Coaching, where and it still has like over 300 videos on that platform. And it was kind of an attempt at natural bodybuilding worldwide, because at the time I had like Jack Thorburn, and I sent out a videographer to where he was at in Wales and recorded some of his sessions, and people loved it. And then I also had people logging in the forum section, etc. So it was already a good, I already saw a bit of traction with that. And it was basically a place where after years of creating content on YouTube, I felt like I could not only create a business model, being honest, like a business model and something that was, going to be financially rewarding in the future, but equally at the same time have an impact, have a long-standing impact on an industry which at the moment is still quite small. So then as an athlete with JP at the end of 2021, I knew that it was like the right time, because it was either now or never kind of thing in terms of getting a platform going. So I just had a feeling that other people were going to probably do it if I wasn't going to do it. So then, I was talking to like Keith and, Ben Howard and George and, Jack as well. And obviously with my partner, Loz, at the time, everything sort of fell into the right place. So I was honest with Jordan. I just said, look, I'm going to go elsewhere, sort of pursue my own clothing and pursue my own site kind of thing. And obviously he was very supportive of that endeavor, which again, I really respect. And then, sort of, then 5-6 months down the line, when I finalized some things, I launched it, and now it's got just coming up to 450 members, and we launched in June. So that's some really, really good growth, and the logs are very, very lively with a lot of people sharing their preps this year. And we're really just at the start. It's not something that at the moment for me as a business, like be totally honest, it's not going to be profitable for probably several years, because all of the money that has come through it has either been invested into the site development itself, or actually just funding athletes and funding natural bodybuilding, as in like funding federations. So we are a headline sponsor for the UKDFBA, which is the British Natural Bodybuilding Federation over here. Alongside, we're supporting athletes in the sense that we are actually giving athletes paid contracts at the moment. They're small, but they're something. And that's why I wanted to do this, is because there is basically minimal opportunity for that. Like obviously I had a close relationship with Kuba and with Jordan, so that was kind of my inroad to getting into like an opportunity with Jordan. Whereas if you don't have the know or the right people as a natural bodybuilder, it's hard to like get something like that, even if you're really, really good. So like Ben Howard was a world champion, and like there's no one really giving him anything for it, not that he doesn't ask for that. And in actual fact, funny story, when I told Ben that I was gonna make sure that he was on a contract, he said that he didn't want it. He said that he wanted the money to go back into the site, because he's that kind of person. He's that humble, and he's that like he just loves the sport. So But, to give someone like Ben that opportunity where, he can help grow the site, put his time and effort into it, which he's really loving doing. And then he can also have some financial reward out of it and growth, because his reward will grow with the site. That's something that I'm just so proud to be able to be a part of and do. So that for me is the primary reason, is like, I want to be able to, take on board every year new athletes, add them to the site, which their role will be obviously logging their journey and being part of the videos that I help produce, and giving them a platform, helping them with their coaching if they do coaching, and just basically helping the sport of natural bodybuilding grow to all new levels. That really is the primary goal with it.
And are you looking to increase a certain amount of weight per month? Are you looking at the scale? Are you actually tracking your food like on MyFitnessPal? Just some small things, nuances that I think could benefit.
Sure. So body weight wise, I think once you get out of that post-contest window, and for me, usually I'll try to look to gain